fehlte einfach der Spaß am Darts. Und plötzlich ist die Freude wieder da und er ist hier in der zweiten Runde von München mit dabei. Ladies and Gentlemen, aus St. Helens, the Saint Alan Tabern. Alan Tabern nimmt es auf mit der Nummer 24 der Welt. Der Mann hat schon einen neuen Darter im Ellipelli geworfen. Er hat im letzten Jahr auf der World Series seinen ersten TV-Sieg einfahren können. Aus Down Under, the original K.Anderson.
Well, in 4 consecutive matches on the second day of action at the German Darts Grand Prix, the seeded player has been beaten, the last of which, Mervyn King, knocked out by Germany's #1 Max Holt, much to the delight of the 3,000 strong crowd here in Munich. Will that trend continue? This, perhaps on paper, one of the unlikeliest chances for a unseeded player to win, and Alan Tabern lived a charmed life yesterday against Jermaine Wattimena. That was the match that had that crazy finish, wasn't it, when both players missed multiple darts at double in a last leg decider. But it's two men who have won PDC titles. K.Anderson, the Australian, against Alan Tabern from St. Helens, and as always this weekend, in the absence of the likes of Rob Malarkey and Paul Nicholson, who's doing some kind of Easter egg hunt, Dan Dawson joins me, Chris Murphy, to talk you through the final 4 games of this afternoon session.
Yeah, well, it was nearly shooting socks off time, counting the number of mismatched darts in that Alan Tabern Jermaine Wattimena game yesterday. By my count, Tabby survived 5 with a machine gun.
First leg is Alan to throw first. Game on.
And I can tell you, Kyle was on my flight over to Germany on, when was it, Friday? And he was expecting to be playing Jermaine. He's the same management team as Kyle, and he knows how well he's been playing, the sort of results that Jermaine had been putting together. He expected to be on stage here today, taking on the machine gun. But it didn't work out like that.
Well, he'll be relieved not to be, won't he? Because they've met 4 times, and Jermaine Wattimena has won every single one of those matches against K.Anderson.
Yeah, no wonder he holds him in such high regard.
However, both times this pair have met, scoreline's been 6-5. So the Saint could be in a similar position if previous history is anything to go by. Both of those were in qualifying events for Euro Tours, 1 win apiece.
First maximum, and it goes to K.Anderson, and no real surprise, to be honest. He is a big 180 hitter, is K.Anderson.
60.
Hitting 3 a game in the Players' Championship series of events, K.Anderson, so you would expect him to pile in another couple over the course of this one.
100. Highly required 83.
83 needed then. Double 16 the target. Double 8 for a 15 darter and a break of throw.
Game shot on the first leg, K.Anderson. Second leg is Kyle to throw first. Game on.
Well, a solid start then for the seeded player. We've seen Gerwin Price, Dave Chisnell, Kim Hybrex and Mervyn King all lose out.
57.
Luke Humphries, Darren Webster, Steve West and Max Hutt, this afternoon's winners so far. K.Anderson looking to buck that trend.
Yeah, you just wonder as well with the crowd. They were so heavily invested in that Max Hutt game, and obviously they've been delighted with the result. You get the feeling whether this one might be a bit after the Lord Mayor's show. They might be just having a bit of downtime before Simon Whitlock, Keegan Brown, Darryl Gurney on the way, Alan Norris as well.
Yeah, it's a nice time for K.Anderson perhaps to come on and just produce a business-like performance and get his job done.
That's what he'll be thinking. And I'm just watching these two guys have their practice darts. We've got a board set up by the side of the stage where our commentary position is. And Tabern was spending a lot of his time practicing on double top. Kyle, mainly on the scoring, but I did say to him his darts appeared to be going into the board very straight, and it's a problem that he says that he's had over the last few weeks. His throw has changed slightly over the few months. There's a slight sort of kink in the hand, but it straightens during the throwing action. But he's been concerned that his darts haven't been behaving properly. They've been kicking over to one side. That's unfortunate. No sign of that in his practice darts. No sign of that here so far. And he said he's feeling good. He thinks like there could be a big performance coming. Could be a big visit for Tabby.
139.
Might be about to see if that practice on the doubles has been paying off for the Saints. He's going to get his first opportunity, and it's a chance to cancel out the immediate break of throw.
And he's left that double top that he was going for in practice.
22.
Going for a bit more successfully than that, I have to say.
Well, K.Anderson is going to get a dart at the same target.
94.
He goes underneath.
40.
So tops for Tabern to level up.
Game shot on the second leg. Alan Tabern. Third leg is Alan to throw first. Game on.
One of the other factors that may have played a part in Kyle having these slight irregularities in how his darts have been behaving.
108.
Nothing irregular about that. It's his second 180. He's changed to shorter stems, hasn't he? And I think that's partially to do with the fact that he's wearing glasses, because he was basically hitting himself in the specs with his darts when he was pulling back.
140.
They're not even his glasses, they're just a mate. Just said, oh, can I borrow those? And then he found out he could see the board better, and that was it.
48.
Yeah, real worry around his sight though, didn't he, K.Anderson?
Well, yeah, I think there are still concerns about it. First had a problem last year.
135.
A spot in his vision. And I think that's manifested itself again.
Well, he's not having many problems here.
135.
With his scoring.
126.
Tabern needs to find the treble 19 to get a dart at the bullseye. He's found it. What is it with dart players that can't see but can hit everything?
K.Anderson, a fine example.
101.
Well, he couldn't hit that.
138.
Kyle now. Oh, he's got to stay there, surely. He does, to great effect. Oh, what a steal from K.Anderson.
K.Anderson. Fourth leg is Kyle to throw first.
Well, he could see that one. We all could. 3 legs, 3 breaks of throw, and 1 stunning check out of 138.
150.
Oh, word. Board microphones. I'm not sure about people's vision having problems. Deafen some people, had he?
137.
Put a lot of force into that one.
Thor's hammer.
100.
He does suffer
60.
more bad fortune than most, doesn't he, K.Anderson? Because a couple of times that issues have happened, whether they've been physical or administrative,
108.
there've been at times when he's been playing his best darts and looking to kick on to the next level, and all of a sudden something happens that sets him back somewhat. He had his visa problem, of course, which caused him to miss the World Championship.
100.
And the Players' Championship finals
Yeah,
prior to
a couple of years ago. And middle of last year, he won a World Series event, won his first Pro Tour title too. And then he gets this vision problem.
I remember when he had what was his best run on TV at the time,
82.
UK Open quarter-finals a couple of years ago, and he went up against Jelle Klaasen in that quarter-final. And it was an environmental factor that did for him there. He was so cold he couldn't feel his darts properly. No problems there. 15 darts opens up a two-leg advantage.
Alan to throw first.
And he got ironed out 10-0 by the Cobra.
Doesn't get cold at Minehead, does it?
It can do.
100.
Tabern only averaged 84 in his 11-leg slugfest with Jermaine Wattermain. He's averaging almost 10 points more than that at the minute. But it's still not enough against Anderson, who's averaging in excess of 95.
It's Peter Wright or Josh Penn for the winner of this. I know that Peter Wright has regained his form in, the last week.
Has he regained his darts? Has he regained his luggage? Do we know
I'm not
that?
sure about that, yes. If Peter Wright does manage to use the darts that he's been using, then they might have to up those averages even further. But Peter Wright, not for the first time, his luggage didn't arrive with him and his darts are in there.
Along with all his hair care products and outfits.
129.
Good visit from Tabern.
Last time that happened on a European tour, Wright used Simon Whitlock darts and I think got to the quarterfinals with them.
53. Alan, you require 129.
Whitlock in action next against Keegan Brown.
21 scored, 108 left. And then down for the 8 potentially.
Yep. 89.
That double top that he managed to pin successfully for the one leg he's won so far.
93. Alan, you require 40.
He was practicing on it right before he took to the stage.
Game shot, the fifth
And
leg.
it's showing,
Alan
isn't it?
Tabern. Six leg is Kyle to throw first. Game on.
Tabern just keeping it interesting.
100.
Well, you said the two previous meetings had both gone 6-5, one win apiece. As things
95.
stand, we might be on for something similar.
Yeah, the only real rout we've seen today was Luke Humphries dispatching Gerwin Price
100.
and Steve West's 6-3 win against Kim Huybrechts. And we had a 6-4 and a 6-5. That was when Darren Webster reeled off 3 consecutive 12 darters to turn around the match against Dave Chisnall.
135. $93. 91.
Right, 2 visits from 208 for K.Anderson. You might only need 4 darts.
108.
Because that is a perfect setup shot. 180 number 4 for K.Anderson.
To keep that little bit of daylight between him and Alan Tabern. Could get tricky from here, and it has.
24.
Well, as you said, this practice on tops, he only needs to find one treble to get another dart at that target. Couldn't do it.
60.
Should have just gone tops, tops, tops. Double 2. A little shuffle to the right. Over the top of that one.
No score. And you require 60.
Well, wonderful approach play. And real issues on the doubles. And for a break and parity. He was very good at going over the top of this when he was throwing his practice darts into the double top bed. He doesn't do it this time. So it's double 10.
50. And you require 4.
Well, can Anderson clean it up this time? Right on the wire, and it makes it very, very awkward indeed. And you can see, well, he's lost that half of the bed now.
2 score. And you require 10.
8 darts missed in this leg for K.Anderson, who finds himself in the madhouse. Tabern to put this leg to bed.
Well, it's next to that double top.
No score.
And he's reliving that final leg with Jermaine Watermaney yesterday now. And K.Anderson put an end to the madness on the doubles, not quite yet.
And you require 10.
Well, this will ruin the averages.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Alan Tabern.
But it levels up the match.
Game on.
I think that was 11 darts missed at double by K.Anderson in that leg.
100.
And it means that he's got to find a break from somewhere. Now, we've had more breaks than holes in this game so far.
51.
Well, if I am right in saying that was 11, then he was 3 out of 5, and now he's 3 out of 16.
100.
K.Anderson didn't have a good time of it last weekend.
140.
He was a loser at this stage to John Henderson. To be fair, though, Hendo played some fantastic stuff. He averaged more than 98 in that game. Kyle
100.
did get 4 legs off him, but that was it.
And Alan Tabern has been playing some decent stuff recently.
Oh,
135.
well, even a single 20 would have left him on a finish there, K.Anderson. As it is, it just deflected off into the treble 5.
Yeah, could be costly against a man who, as I was just about to say, he's reached a couple of last 16s on Pro Tours and he's qualified for this and the next 2 European Tour events. That's impressive. Anderson doing his best to salvage a situation here, but he will have to hope that Tabern can't clean up this 106.
That tops again.
Game shot on the 7th leg. Alan Tabern.
Very impressive check out from Alan Tabern there. K.Anderson sat on tops, not allowed back to the board.
140.
Tabern leads for the first time in this game.
Well, are we going to see another seed depart the German Darts Grand Prix? You
can see there, 4 180s for Kyle. And more likely to chuck in 100. 2 or 3 treble visits. But Tabern has been regularly coming away with, you know, the 97s, the 96s, the 100s.
Well, he won that horror leg, didn't he? And it could end up being the difference. 2 days in a row, winning that nasty leg
140.
could prove very, very fruitful for Alan Tabern.
Oh, worth exactly the same as a 9-darter.
58. Highly require 121.
Well, this took pull level and all the time in the world. But he might just do it now. Double 18.
85.
I just see 303 points behind here, Alan Tabern.
Yeah, but as illustrates a point, doesn't it?
83. Highly require.
You can get battered on 5 legs in the match, but if you can win 6 scruffy ones, you're through to the next round.
28.
Another 2 darts missed at double for Kyle, and yes, I know he's 250 points clear right now, but the way that he finished in that horror leg, I mean, somebody could have come from about 7,000 points back before Kyle pinned a double in that one.
On the 8th leg.
But he is fine on double 4,
9th leg is
and it is
Alan to throw
4-4.
first. Game on.
Well, that would be a relief because I doubt he wanted to return to double 2.
Oh, look at this.
140.
This is it. You do absolutely nothing for a leg, but as long as he's strong on his own throw for 2 legs, that could well be enough for Alan Tabern. It's going to take something monumental
93.
from Kyle to get the break. If Tabern can chuck in, well, a couple of 12 darters on the throw, and you would think that's it. The curse of Ross Smith will have to be broken for Kyle to win this game. He's threatening to do
180.
here. His first maximum of the match.
100.
Yeah, if he can coast to victory in this leg, just has to throw one more good one. Storming to victory in this leg.
May look at the bullseye here. Is it down the board? It is down the board.
99.
We'll come back and look at bullseye first dart, I would think.
Superb from K.Anderson, went across to the 18 to ensure he would leave a finish. Tabern's that found 10, so 72, double 12.
70.
Well, Anderson's availed himself this opportunity. May look at 54 for 2 double tops. Gone straight for the treble 20 and not found it. So advantage Alan Tabern and a chance to move within 1 leg of a place in the final day of action here in Munich. Is it going to be one of those again?
9 score.
It might
Highly
be.
require 76.
Anderson gifted Tabern a leg earlier on. Tabern might have repaid the favour. Double 8. Anderson has the break he needs.
Kyle Anderson.
Huge, huge
Then
chance
Kyle
surrendered by
Anderson.
Alan Tabern.
Game on.
He was nowhere in that leg, Kyle Anderson, but somehow has found a way to nick it, and he is throwing for a 6-4 win here and a place in the final day of action to face either Josh Payne or Peter Wright.
Yeah, well, that was Alan Tabern's best scoring leg of the match, but he couldn't
59.
finish it off.
Yeah, 140, 180, 99, 70, 9. They both had chances, as indicated there.
What Kyle Anderson's been able to do is not let that one ridiculous leg affect the rest of the path of this match.
Well, Steve West said it in his interview after beating Kim Huybrechts. He said, look, my finishing was poor. I mean, he won that game with 19% on his doubles, Steve West. So my finishing was poor, but sometimes when you can't hit doubles, it can infect the other parts of your game and your scoring goes out the window. He didn't let that
136.
happen. And in the end, that bought him the opportunities that he needed to get over the line against Kim Huybrechts. And that was a great
128.
visit from K.Anderson. Leaves him 160.
He's edging closer and closer to that line. Tabern is going to be on a finish, and it's going to be
140.
one that's more makeable than this. 160, he plays 106.
And he did take out the 106 just 3 legs ago, Alan Tabern. He took that out to go into the lead for the first time in the match. If he can repeat the trick, he'll be throwing in the last leg decider. Single 6. Leaves double top. Oh, and it's been working like a dream for him, but not on this occasion.
100.
The trusty double top deserted Alan Tabern right at the wrong time, but Anderson might need 2 of them. There's one, loads of room.
80.
But he couldn't find it.
20.
It could be a 3rd consecutive last leg decider in matches involving this pair of players.
So on the 10th leg, Alan Tabern. 11th and final leg is
And
Alan
Alan
to throw
Tabern,
first.
the unseeded player, has the darts in that decider.
A 3rd meeting between them, a 3rd last leg decider. Alan Tabern has survived a match start already. He survived 5 against Jermaine Wattimena. Is he going to have to survive more in order to make it through to the final day here in Munich?
It's a good start to his return to the
82.
European Tour, isn't it? He made 1 event on the Euro Tour last year. As I said, he's playing in the next couple, both coming up this month.
28.
And we could be seeing the return of Alan Tabern to televised events as a result of this run and the ones that may potentially follow on the Euro Tour.
99.
Well, he has a healthy lead in this leg. K.Anderson needs to find a 5th maximum, you feel. And he can't stay straight.
85.
Finally picks up a 60, but he is chasing.
$140.
Tabern leaves 120. K.Anderson will not leave a finish.
95.
He's had so many darts going to the 5s and 1s in this leg. Barely halfway down from 501 after 4 visits to the board. It has been a poor leg from K.Anderson, and Alan Tabern could well sneak through to the final day of action.
100.
1 match dart missed by Alan Tabern. He's already survived 1 from K.Anderson. Again, it's the 1s.
Well, by my reckoning, this would be
123.
the first time ever for
120.
Alan Tabern to reach the last 16 of a European Tour event. Needs double 10 to do it and continue.
Game shot, round the match.
Descending
Alan
home with the
Tabern.
seed from the German Darts Grand Prix. Alan Tabern, for the 2nd day in a row, wins a match 6-5 that involved a hatful of missed doubles. Tabern moves through. K.Anderson, the European Championship semi-finalist, a PDC TV title winner last year, heads home, the 5th consecutive seed to fall here in Munich. Alan Tabern goes through to take on either Peter Wright or Josh Payne. The way it's going to be Josh Payne, because a seed cannot win a game here. We're going to hear from Alan Tabern speaking to Elmar in a few moments' time, and then we will be back with another Australian player trying to book that trend as Simon Whitlock takes on Keegan Brown.
Anderson, the original. Alan, that's a good story. 2nd win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm riding my luck, to be fair. I mean, Carl didn't play how I know he can, you know what I mean. But you've just got to dig in and hope they miss. I think I missed early doors, like I did yesterday, and then he missed, and it's just one of them games where you've just got to get through it. Whoever wins gets the chance to play better. So I've got the chance now to play better darts and show what I can do, you know, so... Yeah, it's a win, and I'll take that every day of the week. He's very obstropolous, Carl.
My feeling is that probably it's an advantage that you look very relaxed when you're playing here. No pressure, you feel good.
Well, actually, I feel under a lot of pressure, and I shouldn't do, because I've got such good support from my wife. I wouldn't be in now if it weren't for my wife, because she makes me play and makes me come. So I've got no pressure whatsoever. But suddenly you shout game on, and I feel pressure. So, and it's about just grinding a result out. So I think if Carl played his A game there, I would have played my A game. So I've got to look at it like that. So he played his his D game, and I played my D game. So it was about coming through it, just getting through it, you know.
So we reached the third day. See you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Alan Tabern. Weiß, dass das nicht